Welcome to a little bonus episode of Misshelved. I'm your host, Nicole Brinkley. This week, our independent booksellers from Season 1 will be sharing some under-the-radar backlist books that they really want you to try. If you'd like to hear a similar list of recommendations from our Season 1 authors, head over to our Patreon page. That'll be patreon.com/nebrinkley. That's me. Without further ado, here are your backlist recommendations, and apologies in advance to your to-be-read pile.
Hi, this is Kelly Drahushuk from the Spotty Dog Books and Ale in Hudson, New York, and I would like you to read The 3-Year Swim Club by Julie Checkaway. This is a book for anybody who likes to read about sports, but not only that person. If you are the person that roots for the underdog, this is also for you. If you're interested in history, this is for you. And if you want to learn about Hawaii, this is also for you. This is about a teacher who lived in Hawaii in the late 30s. There were giant sugar plantations there and Japanese immigrants who worked them who lived in abject poverty. Their children, also obviously in abject poverty, would splash around in the irrigation ditches that were meant for the sugar crops. And when he saw them there, he was like, look it, I'm going to actually teach you how to swim, and I will make you a world-class swim club. And he ended up doing that. And he promised those kids that stayed with him for that long, look, if you stick with me some more and you practice hard and follow what I do, I will get you into the Olympics. Does he get them there? Well, certain things like, I don't know, World War II and other things got in the way, but you'll have to read the book yourself to find out if any of them actually made it there. And I think you will love this book. It's a great read. It will make you sad. It will give you suspense, but it will give you so much hope in the end.
Hi, this is Rebecca Kim Wells, bookseller and author of Shatter the Sky and Storm the Earth. I am here to tell you about Zero Boxer by Fonda Lee. This book is so kick-ass. It came out a couple years ago, and it is a young adult book. A young man who lives on Earth in the future is from a very poor area, and he basically makes his living doing zero boxing, which is boxing in zero gravity environments. And the descriptions are so fantastic. It's some of the best sports writing I've ever read. And it's about what happens when he gets called up from the minor Earth leagues to the major moon leagues. And he's so excited because he's going to be a sports celebrity. And then he starts to realize maybe this wasn't just happenstance. Maybe there's more going on than I realize. And it's great science fiction. It's great sports writing. It's fast paced. It's a lot of fun. And once you finish that, you can read all of the other books that Fonda Lee has written because they're all fantastic.
This is John Michelle from Mega Brain Comics in the Hudson Valley of New York, and I would like you to read Tokyo Ghost from Image Comics. It is written by Rick Remender and with art by Sean Murphy, and it is a high-octane, futuristic comic book that is about the world when everybody is addicted to technology, and the leaders of the world are maybe a little sociopathic and self-centered. And to put it lightly, our two main protagonists ride around on a kick-ass motorcycle and infiltrate tech places. It's just a lot of fun.
Hi, I'm Sammy Thomason-fyke from Square Books in Oxford, Mississippi, and I need you to read The Epic Crush of Jeannie Lo by F.C. Yee. It's a mythological superhero story, but it's better than all the other ones because our main character, Jeannie Lo, is a high school overachiever who found out she's the reincarnation of a famous weapon. Not a god or a goddess. She's a weapon. So all she does is smash the demons. It's incredible. I believe in my blurb I wrote badass and totally brilliant. I cannot recommend it enough.
Hi, I'm Kathy from Blue Willow Bookshop, an independent bookstore on the west side of Houston, Texas. My backlist recommendation is Her Right Foot by Dave Eggers with art by Sean Harris. It was published in 2017 by Chronicle, and it remains one of my favorite go-to picture books because it is the story of the Statue of Liberty and reminds us as a nation to continue to welcome all who come here and that the Statue of Liberty is always moving forward. It also has the most beautiful book trailer that I watched again this morning and absolutely sobbed over because it is stunning and features Sean Harris's incredible paperwork. It's a great combination of words and art.
Hi, I'm Cecilia Cackley. I'm the children's and young adult buyer and event coordinator for East City Bookshop in Washington, D.C. And I would like you to read Undead Girl Gang by Lily Anderson, which is a fabulous zombie book for people who don't usually like zombie books, about a girl whose best friend has died and she decides to cast a spell to bring her back to life. But when she does so, she accidentally brings back two of her class's mean girls to life as well. And all three of them decide that they have limited time left on Earth and they have to solve the mystery of who murdered them. It is hilarious, a fabulous friendship story, and just delightful. So please read it.
Hi, everybody. My name is Rachel Conrad, and I am a bookseller and the school liaison at Wellesley Books in Wellesley, Massachusetts. And I am here to tell you about a book that I think has flown under the radar. But I should start with saying, as I do whenever I'm talking about this book, that I have a weird and slightly morbid fascination with stories about men in particular who get on these ships and go off to explore, and they, for whatever reason, end up in the Arctic Circle, and their boat ends up getting frozen in ice, and then they have to survive. And so the book I'm going to tell you about has a lot of that going on in it. It is Stranded. It is about, as I said, these men who are on this very large ship and are bringing supplies to like an oil rig out in the middle of the ocean. And there's this horrible storm. The next day, they end up waking up and discovering that their ship has been frozen in ice. And they have no way of reaching the mainland. And as this is happening, one by one, they all start to get sick, except for the main character. They have these suspicions that they place on him because he is not sick, that something is going on, and things only get worse from there. It's brilliant, and it's spooky, and it's haunting, and just the type of book that you will think about after you're done reading it. I have personally not stopped thinking about it and wish that they would turn it into a TV show or a movie. If you're a fan of stories of survival, this is definitely something that you should check out because it is fantastic.
It's Meg Wasmer from Copper Dog Books in Beverly, Mass. And I think you should probably be reading The Lamb Will Slaughter the Lion by Margaret Killjoy, a beautiful little novella about an anarchist commune with a demon problem. That really is my whole elevator pitch for that book.
Hey everybody, I am Pia Ladina. I'm the book lady and owner of Turning the Page Books in Monroe, Connecticut. And the book I think you should totally read is actually Michael Vey, The Prisoner of Cell 25. This book was put out a while ago. It was back in July of 2012. It was written by a gentleman by the name of Richard Paul Evans. You might have heard his name as the author of many adult best-selling books, but this one is actually for middle grade and teen kids. This is actually an action-packed teen series about a group of kids who generally have some trouble fitting in. The lead in this story, his name is Michael Vey, and he has Tourette's syndrome, but he also has some electrical powers. There is mystical mayhem that goes on. There are bad guys, and there are rats. So if you don't like rats, you should not read this series. But if you do not mind, and you do want an amazing 7-book series that will grab you from the first page and keep you all the way through, this might be the series for you. It's particularly good for kiddos who can't find a series that really engages them. Give this one a try.
Hi, I am Stephanie from Print a Bookstore in Portland, Maine. I really hope everyone checks out the book Jazz Owls, a novel of the Zoot Suit Riots by Margarita Engel, and it has some illustrations by Rudy Gutierrez. It is a novel in verse that is focused on the Zoot Suit Riots of Los Angeles in 1943. It was during the height of World War II when a lot of sailors were being shipped out from LA. While they were there, they danced and interacted a lot with the local Mexican American girls at the clubs. And unfortunately, as with a lot of times in our history, things turned violent. While it was the sailors who were throwing the first punches, a lot of the blame for that violence fell onto the Latinx community because no one wanted to be seen arresting a soldier setting out for the front lines. This novel is told from multiple perspectives, rotating between three siblings, their parents, nameless reporters, and others in the community. And these moments are built around you as you read. They're as tangible as the paper between your fingers, and I really hope you take the time to read it and learn more about this really overlooked period of our history.
If you liked today's episode, don't forget to rate, subscribe, and tell a friend about Misshelved. To keep up to date with all of our bookish hijinks, follow us at MisshelvedPod on Twitter and Instagram. If you really like what happens here, and we hope you do, head over to our Patreon page to help fund this podcast and our Misshelved newsletter. Thank you for listening, and as always, happy reading.